Hey, Lewis Francis here from Uniquely, and today we're outside and we're talking about digital marketing strategy specifically for e-commerce websites. Okay, so now you've got your e-commerce site set up, you've done all the hard work behind the scenes, all the background work is now done. But how do we get those target customers to the website? How do we start increasing the traffic, increasing the engagement, and actually getting more and more customers? Here are 7 key digital strategies, top strategies, which you need to be planning around and implementing in your e-commerce site to make sure it's an absolute success and that you can scale quickly. So the first one's social media. This is really important for e-commerce websites, make sure it's leveraged. So where your target market is congregating in social media, whichever social media that is, there may be several, make sure you're active on those platforms. Make sure you're posting regularly, every day if possible, and make sure you're applying to those comments and those feedback that you're getting from customers. Number 2 is ads, but don't just think about social media, also think about Google. When people are looking for your product, do they find you? We recommend Google Shopping, like this here. When people are searching on Google, a box of products appear at the top of the page where they can click through and buy straight from the website. Number 3 is email marketing. Now, how important is this? Well, it used to be very spammy years ago, but since GDPR and all these other things come in, it's becoming better and better in terms of security, getting the emails you want, and people not getting frustrated within their emails. So make sure you've got a good email campaign, make sure you're following up, make sure you're doing abandoned cart emails, all those key emails which will be bringing people back to the site and making them a returning visitor. This links in with point number 4, saying thank you. Thanking people for their order and also giving them the benefit of that so they become a returning customer, an ongoing customer. So how do you do this? Well, give them 10% off their next order, for example, for when they place their first order. So send them an email, send them a direct message, you can do lots of social media messaging as well, direct message to make sure they claim that 10% that you give them and they share that with their friends. Number 5 is increase your trust. Now, this isn't always easy with an online store because people are always dubious. Is the payment systems okay? Is this a trustworthy company to deal with? I haven't heard of them before. Now, these are common questions that are coming up inside people's brains, inside the customer's thoughts. But you can solve this by doing things like Trustpilot reviews, other social media connections, and generally proving that you are a trustworthy website. Now, the next one, number 6, actually ties in with the first one about social media. It's all about being responsive and making sure that you actually have a good customer service and people like you for that. So when people email you, make sure you reply within the day, and when they call you, make sure you're available on the phone. Now, being responsive is always an optional thing, it seems, but the better companies are the ones that do customer service very, very well. Now, the last one is external content. This is where it can really get scalable because people can start talking about you. It could include YouTube videos, it could include tutorials on there, and it could also include people like influencers, bloggers, guest posts, all that part of the external piece of your website to bring up the brand and long-term scale your website. Digital marketing for e-commerce often takes time, money and effort, but a considered effective approach will always win long-term. If you have any questions about this, pop them in the comments below and we'll get them answered for you. Thank you very much for watching.